the opposite side of the tracks. Her father was a laborer who at one time worked in a coal mine. Their family had no money. When my mother was in high school, she had one dress she would wear to school every day. She would come home and iron it to wear again the following day. Christabel knew she was poor, and the thought that kept her motivated was the hope of getting out of this God-forsaken place and making a better life for herself. On one hand, the mindset with which my father was raised was one of affluence and privilege. My mother's mindset, on the other hand, was one of poverty and scarcity. What happened on the day the repo men arrived galvanized my mother's mindset and obliterated that of my father. For my mother, the highest hopes she had for her life came crashing down around her. For my father, any sense of self-worth or self-esteem shriveled like a raisin in the sun. What does this have to do with me and my mindset? On that fateful day, my mindset as a 6-year-old shifted from safety and security to fear and uncertainty. I came to believe that whatever possessions I had could and would be taken away from me. This mindset permeated my thinking. My perceptions of people, places, and leadership placed me squarely on track for the life I found myself living at 48 years old. My intent in recounting this story is to provide you with context about how mindsets and the leadership you and I exhibit are the byproduct of nature as well as nurture. The only real choice we have is to acknowledge our current mindset, accept our role in creating or tolerating it, articulate the desired mindset we want to have, and then take action each day to create it. I found that 80% of a leader's success is mental. There are leaders who believe that work is a long, slow slog through enemy territory on their belly with bullets flying over their heads. This mindset will produce lower performance 100% of the time. You cannot perform at the highest levels if your mindset is equally not at the highest level. Although neuroscience and psychology have positively shaped my mindset, they are not the cornerstones of this book. I am not a psychologist, but rather a leadership expert who has successfully changed my own mindset, as well as the mindsets of my clients, for the better. I wrote this book for 2 key reasons. First, in the world of work, the amount of untapped human potential inside organizations is staggering. After working in 43 states and 7 countries on 3 continents, I've witnessed firsthand 65% of employees with a chronic case of JDTM, just doing the minimum. Their mindsets are characterized as exerting the minimum amount of effort possible while maintaining a positive annual review. But before you conclude that employees with JDTM are greedy, lazy, and selfish, consider the fact that leaders in corporations across all industries suffer from JDTM also and are the carriers of the JDTM virus. Far too often, the mission, vision, and values guiding organizations, teams, and individual employees are written by senior leaders while on executive retreats in mountain lodges. They are, in turn, devoid of any tangible connection with the people who meet and engage the customer on a daily basis. Employees suffer from JDTM because their leaders are unwilling to undertake the individual transformations required in order to transform their teams or organizations. Second, on a personal level, I hope to enable more human flourishing. I believe in the biblical passage that reads, "And to whomsoever much is given, of him shall much be required." I have an obligation and responsibility to take what I've learned and pass it along to others who can benefit. We will cover this in extended detail in the following chapters. Before moving on, I have an assessment you'll want to complete. These are not ethereal, navel-gazing questions that require you to sit on a cushion in a cross-legged position for 60 minutes. They are statements that, when considered thoughtfully and purposefully, will help you see the connection between your mindset and your results. The transfer